Hey everyone, welcome to week 12. Happy Monday. Hope you all had a nice weekend. We're finally getting some warmer weather here in Colorado, which is exciting. So I wanted to share a couple things. For one, I want to introduce this upcoming week. Also wanted to give a little bit of feedback on all the meal design discussions that I finished grading over the weekend, since they are related to the assignment you have this week. So for this week, we're talking about nutrition education, childhood obesity, nutrition planning, things like that. And so your discussion for this week is a very sensitive topic and a controversial one. I added this topic this semester since they just released childhood and adolescent obesity treatment guidelines. The American Academy of Pediatrics just put these out a couple months ago. And so it's generated a lot of controversy over these guidelines. And so I shared the executive summary for those guidelines, also an opposing view from a dietitian who works with people with eating disorders. And so I'd just like you to read those, react to those, share your thoughts. Keep in mind that there probably will be some differing views in the class, and try to be very respectful about also the sensitivity of this topic. A lot of you may be personally impacted by this in one way or another. The other assignment for this week is your 1-day menu. And so make sure both that you follow all the guidelines and that you also review the feedback for your discussion from last week. And so even if you scored really highly, make sure you read what I wrote because I gave a lot of feedback knowing that you will need this information for your next assignment. And so you did one meal for that discussion. And then for this first assignment, you're going to do one whole day. One difference here, you do not need to share the nutrients that are involved. That was just for that initial discussion. So you just need to do a 1-day menu for this. A few specific points. One thing that most of you struggled with was the idea of grain portions. It is listed in the CACFP guidelines as ounce equivalents. And what we need to have on the menu is the specific portion that would be served. And so I did add a document to the 1-day menu prompt that gives a really detailed chart, lots of examples to help you see what real life portions would look like to meet that ounce equivalent. And keep in mind both for that, also the other point too is a lot of your menu items need a lot more detail, and I shared information about that in your feedback as well. Rather than saying chicken, for example, explain what that looks like so that someone who might be shopping would know what to get. Are we talking about ground chicken, roasted chicken, shredded chicken, chicken nuggets? All those are different things and would require different preparation and purchase. So we need a little more detail on the menus. Same with fruits and vegetables. Are these fresh? Are they cooked? Are they frozen? Are they sliced or chopped or any of those types of things? All of this will help illustrate both the variety that you have in your menu and also give a much clearer picture of what you're actually serving. And so keep in mind adding that detail for this next assignment. Those were some of the main points that I had on those. And also keeping in mind as you're getting along and working on improving your menu skills, thinking about things like color and variety, and choking hazards, making sure that you're slicing grapes. You don't want to serve things like whole nuts, popcorn. Those are all considered choking hazards for children who are 4 and under. If you have any questions about this, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to provide feedback or answer any specific questions you have about this menu process. And so this week, again, you're doing the 1-day menu, and all of this will just keep building towards your final project, and you'll be able to use your feedback and use the work that you're doing to contribute to that. Any questions about this work, feel free to send me an email or drop by one of my student hours. Otherwise, I hope you all have an excellent week.